Great day everyone. For today's video, I will be giving you advice on how to answer the Project Environmental Monitoring and Audit Prioritization Scheme questionnaire or the PEMAPS in the ECC online system. This is part 1 of the tutorial in answering the different online forms of the ECC online system. If you haven't watched the video for ECC online tutorial, you may click the link for the video tutorial in the description below. For this video, we will also be using the details of the project that we used in the video tutorial I made on how to apply for an ECC. Let's start. In answering the forms in the ECC online system, it is important to take note that you must be consistent with the information you declare in these forms. Also, you must declare the correct and actual status of the baseline environment, the impact of your proposed project, and your proposed mitigation and control measures. The first part of PEMAPS requires you to provide basic information of your project such as project name and location, and proponent name and contact details. In the ECC reference number, if you are applying for a new ECC, you may leave it blank or put the words on process. If it is an amendment, you need to provide the ECC number of your previously approved ECC. You also need to provide the name of the pollution control officer. For new applications, you may answer this as to be designated care of the owner since the project is not yet being implemented. But if the project is existing and the ECC application is for an amendment, you need to provide the name of your accredited pollution control officer. In the project type, you may refer to the project fact sheet for basis of what category your project belongs to. In this case, our proposed project falls under the category Resort and Other Tourism or Leisure Projects, or you may simply type Resort as the project type. You may answer the next text box for project status as existing, operational, under construction, under pre-construction phase, or whichever is applicable. For the size and type, you may also refer to the project fact sheet generated by the online system. You may answer this using the total area of the project in square meters. For projects like gasoline station, aside from the project area, you may also include the total storage capacity. For manufacturing or processing projects, you may include the total production rate. In the case of our proposed resort project, the total project area will suffice. Next question requires you the number of employees. You may provide estimated number of employees during the implementation and operation of your proposed project. For the question whether the project regarding ECP and ECA, please be guided that ECP projects refers to category A which are applied at EMB central office. Since we are applying through the online system, our project may only be non-ECP but in ECA or non-ECP and non-ECA. For the list of ECA or environmentally critical areas, you may refer to DAO 2003-30 or EMB MC 2014-005 for more detailed list of areas deemed to be environmentally critical. The next question is the table for waste generation and management. Table 1.2.1 asks you to provide details on the possible waste generated in the implementation of your proposed project. It is divided into 3. These are air, liquid, and solid waste generated. You may answer in the air aspect the waste generated from the use of generator set, the dust generated during construction and transport of materials, smoke emission from vehicles, and other air pollution-related activities. You provide estimates in the quantity in metric tons per year. For liquid waste generation, you may answer the domestic wastes generated from comfort room, wastewater generated from manufacturing, or other water pollution-related effluents. Estimated amount of generation must be in cubic meter per year. For solid waste generation, you may answer this as domestic solid wastes, construction debris, chicken dung for poultry projects, or other solid wastes generated specific to your proposed project. The estimated generation is in tons per year unit of measure. Then, the next table is about the pollution control system. Here, you will have to provide waste management method for every waste generated that you declare in the previous table. If you declare a waste generation for air, you need to provide information on how you will manage, mitigate, or address these generated wastes. Example of possible answer here is making sure that all your air pollution sources such as generator set are properly maintained, vehicles' emissions pass the standards and are regularly checked and maintained, covering of trucks during transport of materials on construction phase, or simply watering of surrounding to minimize dust emissions. For the liquid waste management, you may answer provision of 3-chambered septic tanks, construction of wastewater treatment facility, and you may also include construction of drainage system to address surface runoffs. For the solid wastes generated, management activities or measures may include provision of materials recovery facility, putting trash bins in strategic location of the project site, hiring of third-party waste collection companies for proper disposal to sanitary landfills, or coordinating with the local government or barangay for regular collection of wastes for final disposal at sanitary landfills. Remember, for every waste generated declared in Table 1.2.1, there must be a corresponding management method in Table 1.3.1. Next part is about pathways. Check the applicable and appropriate information in relation to your proposed project and its baseline environment. For rainfall data, you may search online for the average annual net rainfall and the maximum 24-hour rainfall data. This should be in inches or millimeter values. Next is the receiving media or receptors. This refers to the distance to nearest community and water bodies. After you identify the nearest water bodies, you will also be asked to give its water classification. You may refer to the list of classified water bodies in the EMB website. I added a link in the description below for the link of all water bodies classified in the Philippines. If the water body identified is not in the list, you may classify this based on its current use. For guidance, you may use DAO 2016 to 2008 under Section 5. The link for the copy of this issuance is provided in the description below. Answer the questions and fill out the form based on your actual baseline environment, including the size of population using the receiving surface water, water classification of fresh water, and size and economic use of this water bodies. If the project is near the sea, provide also the water classification and use of the marine water tagged as saltwater in the form. Or, you may leave it blank if the project is far from any marine waters. Also, you need to provide information on groundwater such as distance to nearest recharge area, nearest well, and its uses. For the land aspect, provide information on the current land use in the area based on the CLUP of the LGU. Under 3.4.3, you will be asked about the number of environmentally critical areas within 1 kilometer radius. Again, you may refer to DAO 2003-30 or EMB MC 2014-005 for details on environmentally critical areas. Then provide a distance under 3.4.4. For ECC amendment applications, you must answer Section 4, under 3.5, for your compliance on the different environmental laws. Lastly, don't forget to answer questions in 3.6. You may answer this as 0, none, or the number of valid complaints from citizen, non-government organizations, other government agencies and stakeholders. You must not answer not applicable because this question is applicable to all projects. Congratulations! You just finished answering the Project Environmental Monitoring and Audit Prioritization Scheme. Wait for the next videos for guides in answering other forms. Please be reminded that the forms submitted in the ECC online system will be checked and evaluated by a case handler, and you should always follow their instructions based on the evaluation report they will provide on how to properly accomplish the forms and comply the requirements of your ECC application.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hit the notification button to keep you updated of my future videos. Thank you.